Your head just very long. Don't turn around. Closer. Get closer. Decay, the odor of decay. You almost smell it, can't you now? Don't turn. It's putting out its hand toward your neck.
You're listening to Horror Movies and Shit with your hosts, Pedantic Jim and Pretentious Mark.
That's it. I'm good with that.
Oh, motherfucker, fuck off.
That is us, Mark. That is us to a T.
I
And it's going to be looped into every introduction ever made. Yes. Every.
don't believe somebody's from Zyphon.
Wait, we should use that.
Absolutely.
They're handing a tiny microphone between each other, by the way.
That's
Audience.
Talk about your penis.
Well, that's what your mom said. Oh, fuck you.
I love you too, buddy.
I'm perfectly sober.
What are we talking about today?
No idea. I asked you.
I don't know what we're doing here. You wanted to record a podcast episode while we were here. Where are we, Mark?
We are at Spooky Empire 2024 May with the Twilight stars and
But where are we physically? We're at the Wyndham in Orlando on International Drive.
right, who is closing because you're here.
Probably true. I would.
Yes.
And who do we have with us, Mark?
I hate these mini.
Just clip it to your T-shirt. You won't have to mess with it.
No, but if you want,
I'll show you how it's done.
Hey, Mark, who do we have with us today? Timothy King, hit author of Seven Rabbits. Okay, Mark, we're done with you.
Hit author might be
I'm just.
Look, on TikTok, you're a hit.
on TikTok with all like 500 followers. So
We have close to 200 followers. Do not shit on our followers, sir.
You might.
do you see how I have the microphone pinned to my lapel? This is how it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Professional. Unfortunately, we have a professional,
We do.
and it's done.
Correct. You're a professional at talking shit.
Which is like 90% of a podcast.
Right.
So.
Mark, what the fuck do you want to talk about today?
Let's talk about Hellraiser.
Again?
No, let's talk about Evil Dead.
We can do that. We haven't talked about Evil Dead yet.
Have we?
No. We haven't done an episode about Evil Dead. What do you want to talk about? Tell me about Evil Dead.
Let's go through the Evil Dead movies.
Okay. Tim, you ready for this? That's
Okay. Hang on. So, what would you like to talk about?
What would I like to talk about?
What horror movie?
Why don't we
genre
talk about... Yeah, why don't we talk about something you want to talk about?
You guys are putting me on the spot.
Why don't we do Possession?
I do like Possession. We could do Possession. Okay. All right, we could do Possession stories.
We'll do Possession stories.
Okay. Possession.
Okay. Mark, what is your favorite Possession?
The Exorcist 3.
Okay.
Yep. I
Okay.
think it is the best.
That's it?
Hang on. You asked me which.
Your bar is very low.
Hang on. You asked me which my favorite was.
Wait, but have you seen?
Okay.
So, a Serbian film.
I do.
In Jim's Hotel.
Yes, we are recording in
Clothes.
allegedly.
Hey, man.
Is he?
I'm just watching.
He's the cuck.
Oh, the fuck
Jesus
suck.
This is like a whole.
Yeah, this is a totally different type of podcast.
Anyway, I think The Exorcist 3, Jim, is the
Okay.
best possession movie ever made.
what makes that rise above the original for you?
The original is great.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong.
No, I'm not getting you wrong.
But I love the detective story and the Gemini killer and
So the actor that can't
performances.
act his way out of a paper bag is what drew you to that movie.
Shh, shh, shh.
Just asking.
And the performances of Brad Dourif,
Amazing as
George
always.
C. Scott,
Garbage. Okay.
and in fact everyone in that crew is absolutely
Name somebody besides George C. Scott and Brad Dourif.
We have returning from the first Exorcist,
Mm-hmm.
the guy.
What's his name?
Yes, that's his name.
Father Karras.
Right? No.
What happened to your arm?
What?
What happened to your arm?
Well, I was gardening and never mind. Anyway, Father Karras. Yes,
What's the actor's name?
that is.
Don't know off the top of my head. But I also do know that George C. Scott is Jim's favorite actor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah.
Totally.
Everyone's favorite actor, really.
Everyone?
Yeah.
What is it about his acting? Is it his lack of nuance or his inability to emote that makes him so universally loved?
Jim, have you ever watched a movie before?
Maybe once or twice.
Do you know what acting is?
I think I have a good idea.
Do you know who Ed Flanders is?
Ned Flanders lives next door to The Simpsons.
No, Ed Flanders.
You just said Ned Flanders.
No, I said Ed Flanders.
Ned Flanders.
Ed.
Ned.
Ed.
Ned.
Ed.
Ned.
I think it was Jason Miller.
Ah, there you go. Perfect.
I'm not gonna lie, I did just Google that.
That's okay because I would have had to too. So anyway, Mark, you were saying
Yes, Exorcist 3, I think, is the best possession movie
Mr. King.
made.
Okay, we're done with you. Tim, your favorite possession movie?
Obviously, it is Exorcist Believer, the single greatest exorcism film that has ever been put to film.
It stinks in this room right now, and I cannot handle it. Can you please open a window?
I think
Sure.
there was excellent inclusion. We have lots of people all screaming at the children, all in one giant room.
My favorite part is when they tied down the children with no apparent person having any common sense and saying, we maybe shouldn't do this.
I loved how one of the kids died and nobody cares. Like the cops don't care.
There was one character who cared.
Yeah, that
No, but nobody, like in the real world, if you kill a kid, you're going to end up in prison. Somebody, right?
Probably the fallen nun who had an abortion, right?
But like the woman from Hereditary is just like, evil is blah, 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 blah. And then it's that, the end.
So all joking aside, my favorite possession film is The Possession of Michael King. It's fantastic. So that basically is a man that is trying to disprove possession, and in doing so invites possession into his life.
This was the exact thing you were looking for earlier.
Right, but is he proven to be true?
That's the question. You have to
No.
watch the movie.
Okay, so spoiler.
Spoiler alert, he's proven to be wrong.
Right,
The skeptic is wrong.
right.
So Mark wants to find a
Skeptic that actually comes out at the end.
A Haunting in Venice. I already gave you this movie.
No. A horror movie where the skeptic is proved right.
A Haunting in Venice.
Is it a horror movie?
It's about ghosts.
Is it a horror movie?
Aren't most ghost movies horror movies, Dick?
Is Casper the Friendly Ghost a horror movie?
Technically comedy horror, yes.
It's a horror. It's a horror movie. So what's a horror about Casper the Friendly Ghost movie?
The kids die, so do two of the parents.
Okay, because somebody dies in a movie, that makes it horror.
I don't do the. I don't
So a
give them.
thriller or
I don't give them genres, Mark. I'm not the MPAA.
An action movie where a ton of people die, like Commando,
Yeah,
with
could be
Barney,
John Wick.
John Wick. Is
Action
that-
horror, yeah,
is that
sure.
a horror movie?
sure. I mean, that acting in that movie and the action sequences are terrible, so I consider it horror.
Don't speak bad.
Airplane 77, yes.
No. Airplane with Leslie Nielsen. Is it a horror movie?
Who dies in that movie?
Multiple people die in
Oh.
this movie. People that were like sickened by the.
They don't die. You see them getting off the plane at the end
No,
of the
they're
movie.
dead.
They're not dead.
I don't think I ever saw this. That's thinking of me like for backup. I don't think I ever saw that film.
You never saw Airplane with Leslie
You
Nielsen?
never seen-
I don't think I've ever seen Airplane.
Oh my god, it's a great comedy. It's fantastic. Yeah, it's so slapstick. It's what's it? Julie.
Yeah.
It's along those lines. It's fantastic.
Okay.
It's like a
Yeah, like there's one point where the automatic pilot she has to blow him up and it looks like she's giving him a blowjob. It's great.
Okay.
Or was that in part 2? Was that okay? The second one wasn't so great, but the first one's amazing.
second one.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I think I've seen that movie.
where they're going to the moon.
Okay.
Anyway, possession movies, Mark. What is it about possession movies that you like or don't like?
What about the exorcism of Emily Rose?
Fuck Emily.
Wait. Jim?
Fuck Emily Rose.
Jim. Forget the Jennifer Carpenter is in that movie.
Then you have no
What
movie.
is the structure of that movie where it's a corporate.
The movie's not terrible. I just don't want the actress.
Okay,
on my screen.
mention it's somebody else.
Like who?
Somebody that you like.
Like who?
What actress do you like?
Give me a name.
I'm asking you.
Give me a name.
Tell me an actress you
Give
like.
me a name.
I definitely just dropped the microphone.
You did. It's okay.
All right, let's think of a female actress that would make any sense.
Cherry Moon Zombie.
Yeah, I would still hate it.
You wouldn't hate that. You love
I
Cherry
hate.
Moon.
Oh yeah.
Wallace.
She's too old. She couldn't do those back
No,
bends.
it's just
She'd be the mom. That's what Dee Wallace is known for. Can we put Christina Ricci in that part?
sure.
Whoever you want.
Okay.
Sure.
Christina Ricci would be a fantastic film.
Okay, so it's just because you dislike one actor in that,
Correct.
in that
I'm
movie.
being pedantic as fuck right now.
Pedantic Jim. We just talked about this.
Okay. What else?
What else? What? I asked you, what is it about possession movies that you like, that you do like and don't like?
So I kind of don't like. So when it comes to possession movies, you talk about like even new ones like Immaculate and stuff like.
That's not a possession movie. It's an Antichrist birth movie.
Oh, it's
That is not possession.
it's sort of a possession.
Not a possession
It's
movie.
sort of a possession.
Not a
It's
possession
sort-
movie. Shut up. You can't just
It's-
insert what you want.
Yeah, I can.
It is the birth of the Christ and Antichrist. Yes, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, when he went to go,
better than I.
when he went to go see it, though, the theater burned down.
Do you think The Omen could be?
It is not a possession movie,
That's not Antichrist. Jim.
right?
But there's a kid born that's possessed.
He's
No,
not
he's not
possessed.
possessed.
He's the
He
physical
is-
embodiment of the devil.
Okay. So where's the line?
That's
Somebody, he was never. That,
No, hang on. Where's the line
I'm just going to give you
between?
the line. Shut up. The line. The line. The line
Shut up.
in a possession movie is if somebody is born and is already inhabited by the devil or whatever, then they were never human to begin with. A possession movie, by default, the person has to have been alive as a human longer than they've been possessed.
You get the picture.
So could you say that like
Cujo is not a possession movie.
Could you say like a zombie biting somebody is possessing them?
No, that's a virus. What the fuck is wrong with
So
you?
a virus is different from what?
It's like
Yeah, we're talking metaphysics. You're talking about science. What was your problem?
Are metaphysical things real?
it's a movie.
It depends on who you ask.
That's true, but it's a movie. We're not arguing about real versus
Right. We're talking about movies. So don't get all
pretentious.
pretentious. Thank you.
Got you.
But I'm pretentious.
We know.
I am holding a very small microphone. Anyway,
Curveball. Autopsy of Jane Doe. Possession movie or not?
No.
Because she's dead.
No, because
well, she's a witch.
right. She is a spirit. She's trapped in the body because of things that were done, but there's no way she could have survived having that stuff etched on her and still been human.
So Evil Dead, possession or
Yes,
no?
possession.
But what is the difference between the spirit taking control of that body, that vessel?
The body
and
never
demon?
moves. The body never moves. The spirit follows the body.
So is a spirit real?
We're not talking in terms of reality. We're talking about movies.
No,
Mark.
no. I'm just asking. Is the thing?
We're talking movies, Mark. We
It's
don't
not-
have to make this into the real world.
I'm saying, is the thing a possession?
No,
Why?
because it's an alien.
It's not actually taking possession of
So
people.
you have to
Right.
be.
It's mimicking.
You have to be a spirit to possess.
You have to be incorporeal to possess.
What does that mean?
It means you don't have a physical body. Do I need to get you a dictionary?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I have Google on my phone. We can
Okay.
do that.
Incorporeal.
Means you don't have a physical body.
So
Are you just singing now? What is your problem? You're just looking for things to sound pretentious now.
well, you want to be pedantic about it.
I'm always pedantic. It's part of my nature.
So yeah, no, I agree. I think the possession genre is very specifically in the Western world a very Catholic demonic possession, right? But that doesn't mean that there's other possession type things from around the world which have different religions around them, right?
No, that's absolutely true. Like we just got the one that I didn't watch. It's a Hindu based.
Oh, that's good. You didn't watch it?
No, but it was more of a Hindu based, like Inside or something like that. It Lives Inside or something like that. So it was based on a myth from the Middle East that looked really good.
So basically, it's some sort of mythical or spiritual
force.
I don't understand the word spiritual, but
Google the word.
it's not having a body.
Having no material existence or ghostly presence.
Try that again.
Oh god, hold on. All right, the actual definition is not composed of matter, having no material existence or ghostly presence.
Fair enough.
Are any of those things real?
We're not talking real. We're talking movies. So shut up.
No.
Is Winchester a possession film? Do you think?
We can talk about it. I just want to see.
I'm not talking about this. We're talking about movies. I do not think personally. I do not think possession is real. I think it's more mental illness.
So, bringing this back, Autopsy of Jane Doe, I'm going to reassert my argument that is in fact a possession film because it is a spiritual thing that is not composed of matter. It is attached to a body. It is inhabiting that body and making things happen around. It can't happen anywhere else.
But is that force just bound to the general physical location of the body, or is it actually inhabiting that body? Is the question.
If it's a body, let's say whatever, it can make things happen.
Correct.
So on, right? So what's the difference between that? And
Because there's a physical reaction to the physical body when a body is possessed. Whereas with the Autopsy of Jane Doe, you never see movement. You never see a physical reaction from the body. You only see things happen around the body. So is it just a haunted body rather than a possession?
It's very good.
It does, doesn't it? That is my name.
Jim sets up his own.
I do.
It's like it's only possession if the person doesn't know or
That's the exact opposite of what I just said, but thank you. Right.
and that's the
So-
possession. So hang on. So could you be possessed and not have those characteristics?
No,
Why not?
because that defines a possession. Could you please
How?
Google signs of possession?
No. Signs of possession. I'm talking about a movie.
Right.
So
These are all the tropes that are built into possession movies.
so like Insidious.
That was not a possession movie.
So
Google Gotta back it up.
so that kid's
He was not possessed. He was held captive and in a coma,
by
an otherworldly being. But he. Hold on.
I got to give Jim a little bit here because it does. I just Googled it. The Encyclopedia Britannica says symptoms of spirit possession include violent or unusual movements, shrieking, groaning, and uttering disconnected or strange speech. It occasionally becomes a normally pious member of a religious body, becomes incapable of prayer, utters blasphemies, or exhibits terror or hatred of sacred persons or objects. Christianity and some other religions allow for the possibility that some of these states have an evil transcendental cause, such as spirits, demons, etc. So,
What does that tell us about the autopsy of Jane Doe?
Jim away.
But he didn't. Google did. The encyclopedia, right? Which is why I owned every single volume. The spirit of a witch after she's dead can, yes.
So hang on.
There's a difference. No. So there's a difference between playing puppet master and possessing.
You just said which
After death, yes,
after death.
After death.
Why can't they possess him before death?
because they would have to give up control of their physical body.
So how would you fight a witch possessing?
You'd have to make sure she stays alive.
No. I'm a person, right? I'm
Mark,
walking
are we
no,
talking?
no,
Are we exploring your trauma now?
I'm walking in the whole world. A witch can be.
We're talking about movies,
If we're talking about movies,
right?
so can a witch possess somebody who is not dead?
No,
Why not?
because she would be playing a puppet. She would be using them as a puppet, not
That
possessing.
is definition of possession.
No.
So
this
what-
possession would have full control over that
Right.
body.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Not
Yes, they do.
All the time.
Yes.
All the time.
Yes.
We need to get a Catholic here.
So
Right.
So hang on. So if you look at The Exorcist,
Yes.
when she gets possessed, she's always possessed,
Yes.
except when she isn't.
She's not possessed after the rite of exorcism or before she becomes fully possessed.
Right, so-
There are stages of possession,
okay.
right? You have oppression, you have fear, and then you have possession.
Okay. So where did you get that from?
Google.
Google.
Apparently, I've become the Google guy.
Yeah, because my
Oh,
phone's
okay,
charging,
okay.
unfortunately.
So all of this isn't
Right.
real.
Yes.
So if you want to Google something that's not real
You can still get information.
and get information on something that's not real, so
I never said it was real.
God damn it, there are stages of
Of possession, I know.
and so it's infestation, oppression, obsession, possession. Those are the 4 stages.
And that's what you see in the movie The Exorcist. You see her go through those stages. She doesn't fully become possessed until she actually the masturbation scene with the crucifix is when I delineate her actually being possessed.
So let's look at the taking of Deborah Logan.
Correct. Okay.
So go through those things.
She's not fully possessed until right after she is found at the switchboard in her house again, which is when she then attempts to kidnap the child.
So when is she possessed?
I just told you.
at the very end.
Right after she is caught at the switchboard and then tries to abduct the child and eat it.
possessed.
She is not possessed way before that. She's going through the stages of
No.
possession.
She's oppressed, according to this.
Right. You think it's just a one and done shot. This is not your sex
No.
life. There are stages to this.
Take Ray out of it. Possession
Yes.
is a holy Catholic thing.
No, it is not. It is absolutely not.
Wait,
You have the
wait,
Dybbuk
Wait,
in Jewish mythology, so it is not Catholic.
Wait. I mean, in modern
No, incorrect.
cinema.
Incorrect.
So
It Lives Inside
So
is a
you-
possession film. The Dybbuk is a possession film.
Which
Absolutely not. That's
is
a
possession?
no. That's a metaphysical being granting wishes.
So what's metaphysical versus?
What?
You said
What does God have to do with this?
I don't know if this is scientific.
what is possession? Is it the devil doing it? Or?
It is some spiritual force
Demon.
taking control of another body. I'm not saying demon.
It depends on the religion, I
Right.
would say.
Right, the religion. It's a wishmaster.
Is a jinn granting wishes has nothing to do with possession. What is your problem?
Why are you denigrating that religion?
I'm not That's not a religion. That's a mythical being from the Middle East. They were not worshipped.
Christianity is the mythical.
I'm not deifying
Israel.
Christians.
And you guys have been.
Look, this is not TikTok. They're not going to kick me off for 2 weeks like they did Taylor.
So there's no difference between one mythology.
There
and another.
absolutely is, because
How?
the being you are referencing has no comparison. The being you are referencing grants wishes and flips them.
Time out. This is actually, I looked it up. A jinn in Islamic tradition is capable of possessing.
Correct. But in Wishmaster, he does not. He grants
None of
wishes.
them are real is my point.
Mark, you're drunk.
So then
go
why
home.
watch the movies?
It really is.
If we know it's not real, then it's enjoyment.
No, but it's all mythology, right? Like Christianity.
Right. But in Wishmaster, he's not trying to possess, he's trying to murder.
No, he possesses some of the.
Who does he possess?
Okay, so he possesses the archaeological woman person that she goes to meet.
No.
Yes. Yeah.
No.
does.
He
Yeah,
mimics
does.
her. He doesn't possess her.
Okay, so that's different.
Yes. Because he's
Mim-
assuming her
mimic is
shape.
different.
He's not taking control of her physical body.
She is not under his control. He is mimicking her. It's the same thing
He's
as the Thing.
impersonating her.
Like the Thing.
It's like dressing up in drag, for Christ's sake.
No.
Did you just say gay fucker?
It's the second time to be canceled. For the record, my name is not Tim. I'm not affiliated with horror movies and shit.
You see how this. Anyway.
Mhm.
Possession movies.
You're conflating every metaphysical being with possession, and it's not at all.
I conflate stuff as well.
You absolutely can conflate, because these are tropes from horror movies.
But they're not.
Now who's being pedantic?
So what's spiritual?
You're supposed to be pretentious.
Jim, what's spiritual?
I have no idea.
But you were talking about spiritual stuff.
I'm talking about
Right.
spiritual beings.
What's
These
the
are, this
spir-
is mythology. I
What-
know
what's
it would be something that is incorporeal that has influence on the spiritual realm.
So give me an example. Then.
An angel, a demon.
So you think those things exist?
I never said that. What are you talking about?
I'm asking you about a definition.
But then you're asking me if I believe they exist. They're two different
Yeah.
conversations.
Do you want the actual?
Thank you, please.
The actual definition is relating to or affecting the human spirit or soul, as opposed to material or physical
Thank you.
of a person, not concerned with material values or pursuits. The other part of it.
Could you be possessed, but you're not possessed?
Yeah, it's called mental illness.
So how do you tell?
You can't, because
That's
I
the
believe
best
all.
part of horror
So
movies.
you can't.
I believe
You
in
can't.
personally no, because I personally believe
So-
that possession in
so-
real life
No, well, hang on.
is a manifestation of
So-
mental
so
illness.
Hang on. So you think somebody that is mentally damaged could be?
No, I believe they could be possessed.
No. I'm asking your belief.
I just told you my belief about it, and you're trying to argue semantics.
It's very simple. Do you think there's
No,
actual
No.
spiritual demonic
No.
possession? Yes or no?
I think you said three. I think you said three no's. No,
well,
no.
well, I know, but I want to make sure.
for fuck's sake, no. Demon possession is not real.
How do you know?
I don't know. I believe that most cases that are thought of as possession,
Most?
Yes.
What about the other one?
I wouldn't know. I'd have to see evidence. I am a rational human being.
What sort of evidence would you?
It would have to be pretty extreme.
Man, we're getting into some nitty gritty of religion here.
He's
I'll
be-
tell
he's
you
being-
what, so you're assuming that if possession and spiritual possession, ghosts, demons, all this stuff's real, that would be based on Christianity.
No.
Yes, that's exactly
no,
what he's
no,
saying.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Okay, all right. So
Okay, no. So you can't answer me.
so assuming that. Okay, hold on.
No. What? No, I think spirituality, ghosts, and everything else have different cultural things going on, right? People in different countries believe different things.
Okay,
Different
so
religions.
I'll put it to you this way: extreme or incredible statements require extreme or incredible evidence.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
So you have the burden of proof to prove to me that something is real, not the other way around, right?
So the burden of proof is the one saying the positive thing.
Correct. So if I'm saying that you committed a murder, I have the burden of proof to prove to a jury that you committed that murder. Same
Correct.
concept, right?
Correct.
So until you prove to me otherwise, that thing does not exist. You have to prove that
Not doesn't exist.
you have failed to prove that it exists until you prove.
No. If somebody's being murdered, there's a
Okay,
dead-
so-
there's
hang on.
Well,
You're
no,
arguing two different
no.
points. You're arguing a crime being committed.
Wait.
You're
Versus-
arguing
I'm arguing burden of proof, burden of evidence falls on the person asserting a claim.
guilt. He's arguing the guilt. Who actually committed the murder? You're
Arguing whether or not
the
it
crime.
occurred. So if we take somebody who is claiming that they are possessed, right? They have an extreme claim. They now have an extreme burden of proof to prove that they are in fact possessed and not just mentally ill or a charlatan.
So the possession one, yeah.
Same
The mentally ill is less. There's
mental illness, right?
illness. They're just
Right. Exactly. So the burden of proof decreases with each thing.
Yes, through believability. Through
Right.
natural.
So if you're asserting that possession in the form of in the Catholic tradition, for
Mhm.
example, because that's what I'm most familiar with. That's what I think most of us are
Yeah,
probably
most of
growing
us.
up in the Western world. So then you would be asserting that a Catholic or Christian God exists. That God would then be omniscient. We're getting very deep into the weeds on
Yes,
this.
we
on
we
this
really are.
podcast.
We really
If that God would know the burden of proof that would be required to
Exactly. Right.
prove it.
So there is, like, you can look at a ticker as far as.
Do you think
false,
there's just a scoreboard where
true.
somebody says possessed and not possessed?
Also-
no, I
Side note: I am now canceled with you guys, so thank you for that.
no, I think believability, evidence, and it's like you have to have more evidence for this
But
crazy claim,
Mark, you
compared
yourself.
to this mundane claim.
But you yourself-
hang on, whoa,
wait,
whoa,
no,
whoa,
no, hang
whoa,
on,
whoa,
hang on.
whoa, whoa.
I've known you forever.
So if I said I had a quarter in my pocket right now, right? Would you believe me? Yes or no?
It's not out of the realm of possibility, so sure.
And you're probably going to be like, well, I might trust you.
It's a
or I
reasonable
might
claim.
not.
Yeah.
I have no reason to
But
distrust you for a
if
rational
I
claim.
told you that yesterday I was beamed up to Saturn and experimented on, and then they beamed me back down.
I'd say, well, of course you were. You live in Clearwater.
No, I'm saying, would you have the same?
Was Tom Cruise there?
Yeah, right?
No, but I'm saying
No, absolutely not.
because you would want more evidence.
Right.
for
It's an
that.
extraordinary claim requires extraordinary
Extraordinary
evidence.
Yeah.
Right.
And what were we talking about again?
Possession movies. Jesus
Possession.
Christ.
Right, possession. So extraordinary claims as a possession would need extraordinary evidence.
And
Who defines that evidence?
You, me, whoever is.
But so who objectively can define that
There's
evidence
no
so that there
objective
is a,
thing.
there's a set
So
a set-
whoa. So critical thinking, right? And thinking about
I'm not
what is
asking you
real
about
or
yourself.
not.
What
Some-
I'm asking
some,
you is
some people think the birds aren't real, and they're true,
yes,
right?
Mark, you don't.
welcome to the Skeptics Podcast with
Right.
Mark.
Right? No,
I'm
Mike,
totally.
we already know he's but my question
I'm
is
not agnostic. Well, I am.
so
I'm an agnostic atheist.
right. But my question is, what proof could somebody bring you? Or what set of rules could somebody define that would allow your belief system to say, okay, this person is possessed?
So we're talking about spiritual
Mhm.
things, right?
Are we talking about the Catholic tradition of like an exorcist?
So it's the same question to say, what evidence could God give you to believe?
It's not the same.
No, it is, because
No.
it's the same spiritual
It is
stuff.
not.
I'm actually with Mark on this one because it is a series of steps to get to possession. If we're talking about
So-
possession in the Catholic
so-
sense, you have a demon, you have hell, you have.
So,
There's a lot more to
so
unpack.
That's
there.
fair.
So
That's-
could-
I can do that.
so what sort of evidence could a God give me to make me not an atheist, right?
Right.
I don't know, but they should know.
Why would they know? what's
Because
gonna
they're
make-
omniscient.
Because they're a God.
Oh, no.
Are they though?
According to the Catholic tradition.
if
Right,
they're-
Romans, they were
if
not
they're
omniscient
not omniscient, then they're not what we would consider a God.
In the Catholic tradition.
in the Catholic.
Or just in a general.
Okay, can we get back to possession movies? That was a lot more fun. This getting
We got real into the
we
weeds
did,
on
we
that.
really did.
Yeah,
This is gonna take them super editing,
Yeah, just edit all this out so we all don't get
pretty
canceled.
much. Jim didn't lose. All of my points were proven by Google.
I like the
So anyway, favorite possession movies, Mark, other than The Exorcist.
Exorcist
3. We talked
3.
about that. Yep. What else?
I really like the
Exorcist believer, because God, I
Yeah.
hate that fucking
Exorcist Believer. Yeah.
movie. That movie is such
Classic
absolute.
masterpiece.
God, I'll never stop talking about that because it was so trash.
So I watched the Italian one, but it's really cool. It was just an
So cool he doesn't know the name of it.
Yeah.
of Rosemary's Baby and The Exorcist, and it was really fun.
The ninth configuration.
I still have not watched that yet.
It's garbage.
It's
I heard it was the greatest thing that's
It's
ever happened.
utter
to cinema.
dog shit.
it's an absolute classic.
By the way, everybody on TikTok is saying they want to make this movie's dog shit a soundbite.
Well,
I was talking about Only the Lovers
so
Left
Craig,
Alive.
I have a question for you, and this is just like something totally different.
We're talking about possession movies. Let's not get.
No. A general question I want to ask somebody. So
Notice he said somebody.
Not you though.
Right.
in your estimations, when you're rating a movie,
Oh God damn it! Here we go.
I'm just
This is
asking.
about Event Horizon, just so you know.
Yes.
I do like Event Horizon. If that's
So
what
do
the
I.
question is, I love Event Horizon. Actually,
So like your top 10 movies,
Okay.
of all time.
yeah,
Would you rate them under 10 out of 10?
Now, who's being pedantic?
no,
No,
I would
Okay.
not. Okay, no.
no.
I was gonna say you could like argue it if you argue them. Yeah.
You as
Okay.
your rating.
So if you come back to me and like Aliens, one of my favorite movies ever, right? I love Alien, the original. The second one, right?
love it. But
They're 10 out of 10.
Right.
Yep.
I fucking love them. 5 out of 5. Whatever your rating system is, they're at the top of that.
Right. Absolutely.
If you were to compare them to movies,
no, I'm talking about your own.
yes. If you were to ask me specifically,
Yes,
what do I rate Alien?
subjective.
It is a 10 out of 10.
What would you
It is
rate
a 5
Event Horizon?
Your top 10
I do love Event
movies.
I do too.
I don't know if it's one of my favorite ever, but it's up there.
Your top 10 movies would be 10.
I would say so, yeah.
Tim,
Yes.
are your top 10 movies 10?
No.
Are you comparing them to how they hold up and how
Yes.
movies are now?
Yes, I
That's
am.
what I was going to say.
Yeah, absolutely, I am.
If you compare, like, all right, so you got a movie
So-
from 1965, like not, the original Night of the Living
So,
Dead.
let-
Great film, love it. It's set the zombie genre up, whatever,
I
right?
don't think that's stated that I would reduce.
So let's-
I'm just using as an example.
Well, let's cut through all the bullshit. His problem is that I personally rated Event Horizon, I think it was a 6 or a 7 out of 10. But I
in
put
your
it
top 10
but I put it in my top
of
10.
horror movies.
And the reason I put it in my top 10 is because I love the movie. I think it's fantastic. However, the CGI doesn't hold up. Some of the special effects don't hold up. So that affects the rating, in my opinion.
But don't you look at a movie as the whole?
Okay, but you also have to clarify your top 10 because your top 10 could be my top 10 movies that I love.
Yes.
Or-
no, it's your top 10.
It
Your
is just the
subjective-
Top 10 that, if it's just the top
What?
10 I love, those movies are perfect. I don't care what
Yes,
anybody
they're
says.
all 10 out of 10.
Mine are not.
I gotta disagree. I mean, if you're gonna ask me my top 10, I'd have to sit down and like iron out my top 10. But those are gonna be 10
I
out of
could
10.
probably think up 30, 40 movies which are 10.
I would have a challenge with that.
Like for any genre.
Yeah, I would have a challenge.
Probably 50,
but
60,
You
70 movies.
could give a movie that you personally think is not the greatest, but it had a huge impact on the genre, it had a huge impact on culture.
but you're-
One Dark Night. I think it's a fantastic
Stop
movie, and
throwing the Hitler.
I
but-
have loved it since the day I saw it.
But it's
It's
subjective.
a garbage
right?
movie.
So whatever you think should be how you feel about it, right?
Correct. Then why are you giving me shit about what I think?
Because how long do we have? So
If you're saying that every
No,
opinion is valid, why are you giving me
I'm
shit about
saying,
mine?
like there's so many movies out there
Yes.
that you would have things in your top 10 movies, for example,
Mhm.
that aren't 10 out of 10
Mhm.
is very strange.
To you, yes. To me, no.
No, to everyone.
No,
Apart
I
from
disagree.
you.
I disagree.
No, because there's so many.
This is going to be
movies
my
out
next
there.
TikTok question. You know that, right?
I see it coming,
Yeah.
yes.
So what do you think? You're
He's got a microphone. You don't have to give him one.
Okay.
You dick.
Where'd it go?
All right. Since this is not on video, Mark just threw the microphone at Jim, and now they can't find it.
You can keep talking.
This is also a whole documentary about why you should not hang out with Mark and Jim at Spooky Empire.
It's fun.
Poor Tim is going to be
It's fun.
traumatized for the rest of his life now.
This is
Because
my
of you, Mark.
first and last horror convention.
At least with Mark. Anyway.
Right.
This
This-
is something else.
This is gonna be all edited. What's happening?
Edit this shit.
You're the asshole that doesn't want it.
We're gonna record 4 hours of audio, and Jim's gonna be able to post 20 minutes of it. Hey Jim, you found your trash can.
Hi, June.
It creates entertaining content.
It's
I watch it.
because he's wrong.
If you're talking 10 out of 10, if
Yeah.
it's your favorite movie ever, it's got to be that.
So you kind of you kind of have your top 10 movies
And not be
being a
perfect.
10 of a 10.
Yes, right.
Other than this fucking pedantic.
He's like, it is the greatest movie ever,
But
but
I don't like this because I go.
I gotta. Yeah, you have to have it a 10 out of 10. I give you that
So you go on. And, for Jim editing this, I didn't do like a clip thing.
Would it make me a snitch if I told him that you did, or
Well,